Shashidele, to Sakeli members and all the Dharma friends who have gathered here today to receive the Medicine Buddha initiation. Generally speaking, whether we can accumulate great merit or not through our practice depends on how we develop our motivation in the beginning and how we concentrate on the actual part of the practice or initiation and how we dedicate our merit at the end of the initiation or the practice. So therefore, first it is very important to develop the right motivation. Generally speaking, whatever we do, we have certain goals to achieve. And in order to achieve that goal, we are putting effort, we are doing lots of things to achieve that goal. So first, it is important to identify what is our goal and what we want to achieve, what we wish to achieve. Ourselves wish to gain happiness and wish to remove sufferings. Similarly, every sentient being also has the same wish to gain happiness and to remove sufferings. Nobody wishes to experience suffering. Nobody wants to remove happiness. So we all have a common goal to achieve. So gaining happiness is our goal. But then there are different types of happiness, different levels of happiness. Mundane happiness, which is not pure happiness, because mundane happiness means happiness that we experience in our life. For example, if a poor person moves into a very luxurious home, then in the beginning that person feels very happy. But if luxurious home is real the cause of happiness, then the more you stay in that house, the happier you should be. But after a while, that person will not feel happy in such luxurious house. That person will have many other sufferings and problems. So, such kind of happiness is changeable. In the beginning, when you move into the luxurious room, you feel happy, but when you stay longer, then eventually you will experience suffering in this same house. So, mundane happiness are like this. Mundane happiness are actually what we call the suffering of change. Temporarily, it is happiness, but in the long term, or eventually it will be suffering. So we call the suffering of change. So the mundane happiness and the ultimate happiness that we Buddhists wish to achieve is totally different. Ultimate happiness means a happiness that is on the state of Buddhahood. So ultimate happiness and the mundane happiness has big differences. So from the nature point of view, as I said, mundane happiness is in the nature of suffering, it's the suffering of change. And ultimate happiness is pure happiness, genuine happiness, which is free from all the types of sufferings. And then, from the cause point of view, the cause of mundane happiness can be negative actions. People can do negative actions like telling lies, deceiving others, and doing bad businesses, etc. So through these, we can earn money and move into luxurious home, etc., and experience the mundane happiness. So most of the time, the cause of mundane happiness are negative actions, and the cause of ultimate happiness is always virtue, and that also the uncontaminated virtuous deeds. So from the cause point of view, ultimate happiness is much superior than the mundane happiness. And then from the time-wise, mundane happiness is something that will not last for a long time, because our lifespan is not long. Our lifespan is short. Our lifespan will not last longer than 100 years, although there are some exceptions, but most of the people will live within 100 years and not more than 100 years. So even if you live for 100 years, if you divide how many years you have experienced suffering and how many years you have experienced happiness, then out of 100 years, maybe you are only experiencing happiness for 30 years or 40 years, or not more than that. So this is the maximum time that we can experience happiness in this life. So our mundane happiness is very short. It is only for few decades. And the ultimate happiness is something that will last forever. Once you become a Buddha, once you experience the ultimate happiness on the state of Buddhahood, then you will never return. You will never be demoted, or you will never fall down from the state of Buddhahood. Once you become Buddha, you will always remain as a Buddha, and you will not become an ordinary being again forever. So, ultimate happiness is something that will last forever. But at the moment, we as an ordinary human being is caught up by our own negative actions and thoughts. So therefore, we don't know what is to be adopted and what is to be abandoned in a detailed way. So therefore, most of the time we are attached to this life. We are doing actions, we are doing many things just to achieve happiness in this life alone, and we are not thinking of life beyond this. So, thinking of this life alone is not right from the Buddhist perspective. So therefore, it is important for all of us to know what is our goal, what we need to achieve. So our goal should not be the happiness of this life, which will last for several decades, and eventually we will experience sufferings. So our goal is to achieve liberation from samsara. It is important for us to liberate from the samsara, because no one is wishing to experience suffering. And unless and until we are liberated from the samsara, we won't be free from the sufferings. So therefore, liberation from the samsara is very important in order to be free from the sufferings of the samsara. So we should have our temporary goal and ultimate goal. So our temporary goal is to achieve liberation from the samsara, and our ultimate goal is to attain Buddhahood, which is higher than just a liberation. So first we should know our goal. Temporary goal is to gain liberation from the whole samsara, and ultimate goal is to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all the sentient beings without any exception. So based on this goal, then we should develop our motivation. So first point is to develop the thought of renunciation. This is very important. Without the thought of renunciation, one cannot gain liberation. Thought of renunciation means by knowing the whole world or whole samsara. For example, in this world, there are many different countries, there are many different types of people, many different cultures, many different backgrounds, etc. But wherever we go, we will not find a single place where there is a happiness and no suffering at all. Every being in this world has experienced sufferings. Although some may experience more sufferings and some experience less sufferings, but overall, every sentient being has experienced suffering. You can't find a single person in this world who have never experienced any sufferings or who have never faced any problems. You can't find a single person. So it means the world that we live in is in the nature of suffering. Not only this world, the whole samsara is in the nature of suffering. So therefore, we should gain liberation from this samsara. So developing a wish to gain liberation from this samsara is called the thought of renunciation. With this thought, then we can put effort to achieve this goal or this liberation. For example, if you wish to go to another country, first you need to leave the present country. Without leaving the present country, one cannot reach the other country. One person cannot be in two countries at the same time. To go that country, first we need to leave this country. So similarly, having attachment to the samsara and wish to gain liberation from the samsara are two different things. Having attachment to this samsara means wish to live in this samsara, wish to stay in this samsara. And liberation means wish to abandon this samsara, wish to overcome this samsara or wish to liberate from this samsara. So these two cannot be at the same time. So if we need to gain liberation, then we need to have this wish to be liberated from this samsara. So therefore, this thought of renunciation is very important, especially in the Buddhist, because the Buddha Dharma is a method to achieve liberation and enlightenment state. And if we use this profound method for our mundane purposes, then it's not right. So, therefore, it is important for all of us to know the importance of this thought of renunciation. And then based on this, then we should develop infinite loving kindness, which means wishing all the beings to gain happiness and to engage in the virtual states which are the cause of happiness, and then to develop the infinite compassion, which means wishing all the beings to be free from sufferings and to be free from engaging in the negative actions which are the cause of sufferings. So in short, without the thought of renunciation, one cannot become a genuine Buddhist. And without the great loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, one cannot become a real Mahayana Buddhist. So, based on these positive thoughts, then we should receive refuge vow and bodhicitta vow, and through that, one can become the real Buddhist and Mahayana Buddhist. So, based on thought renunciation, loving kindness, and compassion towards all the sentient beings, then we need to develop the enlightenment mind. Here, mainly, it means two types of enlightenment mind: the wishing enlightenment mind and the engaging enlightenment mind. So the first, wishing enlightenment mind, means wish to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all the sentient beings without any exception. And then the second, bodhicitta, or the engaging bodhicitta, means in order to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all the sentient beings, we are engaging in the virtual states or Dhamma practice in general, and especially today, you are going to receive the medicine Buddha initiation, and after receiving it, you will practice it diligently. So, in short, the right motivation means to develop the thought of renunciation, loving kindness, compassion towards all the beings, and then wishing bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta. So with this in mind, and also with the right attitude, which means physically in respectful form, verbally in complete silence, and mentally with sincere faith and devotion. So with this in mind and attitude, now you should receive this medicine Buddha initiation. And this has two parts: the Vajra master part and disciple part. Vajra master part means the preparation part of the initiation, which I have already completed. And now for the Vajra disciple part, or the actual part of the initiation, first you need to make a mental offering to the Guru in order to receive this initiation, and then followed by repeating after me the requesting line 3 times. Oh, Namja Sada, Namja Samjanda, Namja Tanda, Yantavara, Bhavya, Sanjay, Kavan, Tavaraja, Echeta, Jasana, Samachala, Tushanda, Yampala, Oranjo, Yamba, Samba, Sanjuki, Chado, Tukeva, Santana, Sambarashu, Talaya, Tambaya, Tavara, Bhavya, Sanjay, Tiniki. Durkanam Jasambata, Kandam Palanya, Vagon, Chiki, Pambaki, Dishidam, Sambana, Parado, Chimbeta, Samaki, Tavani, Letter, Samaki, Tavayan, Talaya, Sayakitan, Chibikiran, Jokikiran. Najo Chambalana, Giran, Shiled, Savaki, and Talayan, Sawachi, Giran, Sosingi, Letter, Chimay, Talan, Shabari, Giran, Demeri, Giran. Dojeri Giran, Naviri Giran, Yizingiri Giran, Jezemberi Giran, Tolandere, Shabari, Giran, Talayan, Nambagi, Benan, and the Regatoya, Talayan, Savaki, and Jimmy Chavay, Benan. Melado Jabata, Melanaga, Davata, Shabat, Gemalan, Gavara. Gajasan, Gajasan, Kamba, Disato, Sogatala, Sangamela, Chading, Gajasan, the Bala, Loving Gavara, Sanjatan, Takan, Gamma, Kavala, and the Bala, the Bajana, Tomama in there. Saladaba Namato Doga, Tama Lava, Sangamala, and get on the Ravana, Jasana, Sama Shivaya, Big and I say, Guru, so. So now you repeat after me the following question lines 3 times. Tesum Sangye, Pamjata, Lamyataye, Ngoni, Palden Lame, Kadinki, Dala Jana, Saldo Solo. Tesum Sangye, Pamjata, Lamyataye, Ngoni, Palden Lame, Kadinki, Dala Jana, Saldo Solo. Tesum Sangye, Pamjata, Lamyataye, Ngoni, Palden Lame, Kadinki, Dala Jana, Saldo Solo. Share Salatam and Jayata, Salado, Ningalama, Litana, Sangamalo, Sangadan, Litana, Tumota, Batara, Tangatana, Singata, the Wajava, a lot of biking and Bevan and Deeds and the buttons and hedges, somewhat. So now, in order to purify your mental continuum, you need to do these several prayers. And this is very important because it is said, those who have not received refuge vow and bodhicitta vow before will receive these 2 vows by reciting the several prayers 3 times with visualization during the initiation. So first, in front of you in the space above, you should visualize the Guru in the actual form of medicine Buddha with its retinues, and they are surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions. And all of them are real in the nature of light. And in front of this, yourself as well as all the sentient beings are present in the form of precious human light. This is to make an auspicious sign for every being to obtain this precious human life. And then all of you are doing the several prayers. The number 1 is limb of confession, which means to confess all your negative actions that you have committed, not only in this lifetime, but from beginning that time up until now, with strong regret. And from this time, you should resolve not to repeat these same mistakes again, or not to do the negative actions again. And through this ritual or method, you are convinced that you are negative or purified. Second is limb of rejoicing, which means we should rejoice in the virtuous deeds and noble activities of our Guru, deities, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and others. So by doing this, although you have not committed the same virtuous deeds, but still, just by rejoicing in others, one will have great merit, or one will accumulate great merit. So therefore it is said, one of the easiest ways to accumulate great merit is to practice rejoicing. And third is limb of ultimate bodhicitta. Actually, ultimate bodhicitta vow is something that we can't receive through external rituals. First we need to study, contemplate and meditate, and then through our own practices we can gain the ultimate bodhicitta vow, not just through rituals. So at present we just promise to hold this ultimate bodhicitta in the future. Actually, ultimate bodhicitta means wisdom that realizes the true nature of all the phenomena directly. And fourth one is refuge. Out of fear of experiencing the sufferings of samsara, and out of great faith in the triple gem, and also out of great compassion towards all the beings, we are taking refuge in the Buddha Dhamma, in the Guru, Buddha Dhamma and Sangha, for the sake of all the beings from this time until ourselves attains Buddhahood. And after taking refuge, we should not take refuge in worldly gods, or should not harm other beings, or should not make non-Buddhists as our spiritual companions. And then the fifth and sixth are wishing and engaging bodhicitta, which I have already explained before in the beginning part. And the seventh one is limb of dedication, which means we should dedicate all our past and present merits to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all the sentient beings. So now with this in mind, in front of the merit field, you should imagine that you are repeating when we recite the seven prayers 3 times together. So through this, now you should feel that you have received the refuge vow and wishing and engaging with the vow. And those who have already received before should feel that now you have restored refuge vow and wishing and engaging with the vow, or enhance these vows in your mental continuum. So now you should repeat after me the special requesting line 3 times. Lama Dorje Zimba, Chenpo Longsopo, Choji Sangye Da, Changju Semba Tongje Da, Dewana Shepa, Mela Chedin Da, Loben Dala, Gongsu Solo, Da Riva Zimba, Shijiwa, Tidine Sonde, Changju Ningbola, Chige Bardo, Jomdende, Mengela, Benduria, Ege Jalbo, Yedando, Lobenki, Taldo Sol, Laman Dorje Zimba Chenpo, Losoba, Soji Sangye Da, Changju Semba Tongje Da, Dewana Shepa, Mela Chedin Da, Loben Dala, Gongsu Solo, Da Riva Zimba, Shijiwa, Tidine Sonde, Changju Ningbola, Chige Bardo, Jomdende, Mengela, Benduria, Ege Jalbo, Yedando, Lobenki, Zeldo Sol, Lama Dorje Zimba Chenpo, Lasoba, Choji Sangye Da, Changju Semba Tongje Da, Dewana Shepa, Mela Chedin Da, Loben Dala, Gongsu Solo, Da Riva Zimba, Shijiwa, Tidine Sonde, Changju Ningbola, Chige Bardo, Jomdende, Mengela, Benduria, Ege Jalbo, Yedando, Lobenki, Taldo Solo. Sheba Namaja Sanam Modoyin, Chanayan Sheba, Sinjala Gatanda, Nabajation, Kanan, Tamala Sala, Chor Ramadan, the Kilwagan, the Sangamangala, the Doya, Galbo Kondo, Mambo, Saudi, Chani, Paya, Chojin, the Sajata, the Laura, the Minamsa, the Sajata, the Manga, the Zikan, the Fontan, the Sogan, the Vegetable. Sambuji Gamotung, Bondi, Jura, the Orsama, Galbo Kondo. Saudi, Tani, Maya Soja, Yamsaka, Sajata, the Jora, the Orsama, Chota, Kondo Kamasa, and Soja, Sajata. Tejo, the Orsama, and Yamazo, Kondo Madanamsaka, Sajata, the Tejo, the Orsama, Sultan, Kondo, Soja, Sajata, the Tejo, the Orsama, the Angelo, Kondo, Sobasai, Soja, Yamsaka, Sajata. Tejo, the Orsama, Tanda, Sobasai, and Mitzvah, Bada, Yamsaka, Sajata, the Jana, the Second, the Ramadan, the Ramadan, the Zikamatan, put on the budget, the Bafonga, two sets of Singapore, and work as well as the Kujan, the Lambda children, what and there are several of the generation, Charles Solo, the gender, and the addition to the show. So now you should do the following visualization. Yourself as an ordinary being. On your head, on each of your head, there's a lotus and moon disc. On that, there's a medicine Buddha, who is blue color, with one face, 2 hands. The right hand is doing the excellent giving gesture and holding the medicinal herb called Arura. And left hand is doing meditation posture under the navel and holding the baking bowl, which is filled with nectar of medicine. Then this medicine Buddha is adorned with 3 Dharma robes and adorned with 32 signs and 80 qualities, and 2 legs are in a full Vajra asana position or full cross-leg position. So this is on your head, and on the head of Medicine Buddha, and there are 6 more Buddhas on top of each other. So total, there are 7 Buddhas on your head. They are called the 7 Medicine Buddhas. And so now you should imagine that from top, first that you make, you do prostrations and making offerings and doing supplications to the uppermost Buddha. Then due to that, this uppermost, the first one, dissolve and absorb to the second one. Then you do prostration, offerings and supplication to the second one. Then due to that, the second one they dissolve and absorb to the third one. So like this, it goes. And then finally, the 6th Buddha also dissolve and absorb to the main Medicine Buddha, which is on your head. Then you make you do prostration, make offerings and supplication to the Medicine Buddha, the main one. Then this one also dissolve and absorb to yourself. Due to this absorption, it purifies all your negative actions and obscurations and sickness and evil spirits, and your body dissolves into emptiness, which means not just empty, but the ultimate view. And then out of this, then your cell appears in the form of Medicine Buddha, which is on the seat of lotus and mundis. And at your heart, there's a mundis, and on that appears syllable hum in blue color. Then from Guru's heart, light, infinite light is issued forth, and involve all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and all of them absorb to you through your head. And then again, from the heart of Guru as well as from the front creation, issues infinite various signs of Medicine Buddha and its retinues, and all of them absorb to you. So through this, it absorbs to your home at your heart, and through this you receive the blessings in your mental continuum. So prostration, supplication, offerings and supplication, this you should repeat after me one by one. First to the first most Buddha, as I have explained before. Tongden de Tishin Sheba, Dajamba, Yantaba, Zobe Sanje, Ten Lepara, Yanda, Belki Gabola, Chatalo, Shoda Gasujo, Tishin Sheba, Ten Lepara Yanda, Belki Gabe, Wengi Melon, Sedat Tabashin, Bada, Senjan Tongjeji, Gigi Law, Jongwara, Jingi Law to Soma. Share Sola to the Dora Shaba, Tan Le with the Tangition and Ranga to them about Jongden the Tishin Shaba, Dajamba, Yantamara, Zobe Sanje, Rinpoche, Dawata, Peme Ratu Jamba, Keba Siji, Diane Gabola, Chatalo, Chodo Josucho, Tishin Shaba, Dajamba, Yantavara, Zobe Sanje, Ten Lebora, Diane Gabola, Dhangi Galpe, Winkin Nala, Siddhartha Bashan, Data, Sanjan Tamjiki, Kiji La, John Chinky Love the Solo. She also learned on the teachings about the Indian or the Tingishan. Savan Timberjana to Sutubala Timberma, the Jumden, Tishin Shaba, Dajamba, Yantaba. Zobe Sange, Sefan Teme, Intanawa, Urso Tubala, Chatala, Chodo Japsojo, Tishin Shaba, Sefan Teme, Intanawa, Urso Tube, Winkin Nolan, Siddhartha Bashan, Data, Sanjan Tamjiki, Kitila, Jawara, Chingy Love to Solo. She has a lot of the Shabbatantime with the temptation and Nanimajapala to Bemaba, Jumden, Tishin Shaba, Dajamba, Yantabara, Zoga Sange, Nanyan Meshopala, Satala, Chodo Josajo, Tishin Shaba, Nanyan Meshopalgi, Winkin Nolan, Siddhartha Bashan. Data, Sanjan Tamjiki, Kiji La, John Chinky Love the Solo. Shatalandan, the Japan Japon, the Commission and Shata, the Vayana Timber, the Jumden, Tishinisha, Dajamba, Yandabala, Zoga Sange, Shata Jayala, Tatala, Shata Joseph. Tishin Shaba, Cheda Jaduyangi, Winkin Nolan, Siddhartha Bashan, Data, Sanjan Tamjiki, Kijila, John Chingy Love the Solo. Shakula the Valley Shaba Cheda Young the Temptation, Winkin Jabala Timber, Jumden, Tishin Shaba, Dajamba, Yantaba. Zobe Sange, Chigi Jago, Chogile, Namorola, Namorikende, Gabola, Satala, Chedo Josucho, Tishinishaba, Winkin Jabe, Winkin Nola, Siddhartha Bashan, Data, Sanjan Tamjiki, Gijila, Jawar, Chinky Love She has a lot of the Shaba, Winkin Java, the Commission, Ringala, the Jabala Timber, Jumden, Tishin Shaba, Dajamba, Yantabala, Zobe Sange, Mengela, Benduya, Eki Jabala, Tatala, Chodo Josojo, Tishin Shaba, Mengela, Benduya, Eki Jabe, Winkin Nolan, Siddhartha Bashan, Data, Sanjan Tamjiki, Kijila, Jomora, Chingy Love the Solo. She has a lot of the Mingala, the Commission and Can get to a Pogan, Marathon, Sydney Can get the Tanjata, Thomas not no penis on a leash of Tawatara, Kilo, Kamake, Pedeta, Sangamela, Penduria, Egan Bogon by Time. If I get together with the Mara, and then gets together with the Mingus, the Kaman, the number of the Sodan, and the Pesicate, the chicken, not to wish about the Pedetan. Shall the chicken not to show, but Togarata, like home, but Shatan and other Mingus, one out of the image of a question, I think I'm going to bottom of a giant and the can of the Jordan. Lara and the Gata Javatum and Tangimela, Socha, Lato Charan, Soma Pedanton, bottom of a giant under Can get to it, and Pavel Pavana Marasiki to not to go on about the baby, Chingal about to stabilize this blessing. Now you imagine the Guru is blessing the flower on your head. There on the back of the back and the Nagatu saw the Now for the mantra blessing, you repeat after me the following lines, following mantras. Teata, Om Bekante, Ma Bekante, Radha Sami Kate Soha. Teata, Om Bekante, Ma Bekante, Radha Sami Kate Soha. Teata, Om Bekante, Ma Bekante, Radha Sami Kate Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate, Bekante, Guru Bindriya, Baba Radaya, Tatagadaya, Arahate, Samya, Sambodaya, Teata, Om Bekante, Radha Sami Kate Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate, Bekante, Guru Bindriya, Baba Radaya, Tadangadaya, Arahate, Samya, Sambodaya, Teata, Om Bekante, Radha Sami Kate Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate, Bekante, Guru Bindriya, Baba Radaya, Tadangadaya, Arahate, Samya, Sambodaya, Teata, Om Bekante, Radha Sami Kate Soha. Dante Betame Gitsingalani Yamada Tambara Sevarana, Labella Nadotana Dij and Lanson, so now you repeat after me. Somdan Dake, Sonlake, Somdan Dala, Singalo, Somdan Dake, Sonlake, Somdan Dala, Singalo, Somdan Dake, Sonlake, Somdan Dala, Singalo. Somdan Dilla Tolake, Somdan Dilla Go, Somdan Dilla Tolake, Somdan Dilla Go, Somdan Dilla Tolake, Somdan Dilla Go. So now you imagine that you have received all the mantra blessings of Medicine Buddha in your mental continuum. So now you promise to hold Medicine Buddha as your deity, and also promise to recite the Medicine Buddha mantra every day. So with this in mind, now you repeat after me the following lines. Lobin Gongso Solo, Da Ribatimba, Shejire, Sitane Sonde, Siti Chanjung Nimbola, Chike Bardo, Sange Meva, Zokolman, Idan Gevara, Jinjin, Tiye Sangajang, Nimarela, Jaza Lasoba, Dawa Tamja Laso, Lobin Gongso Solo, Da Ribatimba, Shejire, Titane Sonde, Siti Chanjung Nimbola, Chike Bardo, Sange Meva, Zokolman, Idan Gevara Jinjin, Tiye Sangajang, Nimarela, Jaza Lasoba, Dawa Tamja Laso, Lobin Gongso Solo, Da Ribatimba, Shejire, Titane Sonde, Siti Chanjung Nimbola, Chike Bardo, Sange Meva, Zokolman, Idan Gevara Jinjin, Tiye Sangajang, Nimarela, Jaza Lasoba, Dawa Tamja Laso. So you imagine that you have received all the blessings of Medicine Buddha, and in its continues in your mental continuum. So with this, the actual part of the initiation has been completed. This structure is a bit different from the other jhana or initiations. So here, the initiation has been completed. And at the end, you promise all the samayas or vows, which means after receiving the refuge vow, you should keep the 5 precepts, like you should abstain from killing other beings or any beings, even insects, and abstaining from stealing, sexual misconduct, abstaining from telling lie, which is negative action. Actually, all the lies are not negative, but the one that is negative, you should abstain from it. And also abstaining from intoxication substances. And after taking the bodhicitta vow, you should never give up the wish to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all the beings. And after receiving this vow or initiation, then you should have sincere faith in the Vajrayana and also should not despise, etc. And also for bodhicitta, you should not give up this wishing bodhicitta, and out of this, try to help others and try to practice Dharma as much as we can, etc. So these are some of the main samayas or vows to keep. So now with this in mind, you repeat after me the following lines. Zoye cheta katalpa, heda tamja dake ki, zoye cheta katalpa, heda tamja dake ki, zoye cheta katalpa, heda tamja dake ki. Sia tamja dutta tamja kalana jana saman tamja tana tamja tamja dashin bhagavara shivana bande eke So you repeat after me. Tengnen Zante, Datendo, Kela Dane, Lulana, Kege Lamara, Sungwata, Chaye Jane, Jedo Som, Tengnen Zante, Datendo, Kela Dane, Lulana, Kege Lamara, Sungwata, Chaye Jane, Jedo Som, Tengnen Zante, Datendo, Kela Dane, Lulana, Kege Lamara, Sungwata, Chaye Jane, Jedo Som. Tibetan Sangye Mela Sedin Gijut Nawa Samana Valpol to Bolona Devana, Jangatang Jasama, Janatan Tatotan, and so with this, the initiation has been completed. Now at the end, we should dedicate all our past and present merits to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all the sentient beings. So with this in mind, now we will do the prayers. On the 6th page. So we will do the dedication prayers, and also we dedicate our merits for Guru's long life. Sanam Deya Anda Sevani Amma Nivedana Evanji Kegana Jebala Dova Sive Tole Dova Dova Jambala Eva
Wanjuro nobo medo
There's a state of birth, state of death, and then there's a state of Bardo. So Bardo is between the state of death and the state of birth. So, generally speaking, all the composite factors are impermanent. All the things that depend on its own cause and condition to develop are called composite factors. So all these are impermanent, especially, for instance, like our human body is also impermanent because human body is a pile of many particles, and these parts and particles got together, then it forms this present human body. As we all know, there are many parts, like hands, head, and also then you can divide it into like 5 fingers and palms, etc. Then fingers also have nails, etc. So there are many parts and particles in our body. So things that are not permanent, things that are piled are called impermanence. So those who are born like us in this world will end by death. There's no one in this world who were born in this world but have never died. We don't have any doubt about it. So it is certain that whoever were born in this world will die. because we don't have power to stay forever. We don't have choice to stay. There are many people who have lots of projects, who have lots of plans to do, but before completing their plans or before completing their projects, they may die suddenly, leaving the project incomplete. So people die whether they finish their own project or not. People die, and also it is certain that we will die because our body is very fragile. Even our iron house can be destroyed. Then there is no need to mention our body, which is not hard as iron, which is more fragile than iron. And there are many ways or many causes and conditions that can take us our dear life, as we can all see. Some people die due to minor incidents. So there are many external causes and conditions that can take the dear life, and also there are many internal obstacles or conditions, like many sicknesses that can cause you to die. So it is certain that we will die, but it is not certain when we will die. As we all know, human lifespan has no certainty. We can't say all human beings will live up to 100 years and they will not die before that. We can see people dying or there are beings dying in mother's womb, and beings who die right after their birth. And also there are beings who die in their 10s or in their 20s or 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. So people die at different ages. There's no certain age that we will live. So we can't say people will live until they become old. Because life is very impermanent. We can't say we will not die soon or people will not die soon because people are young. We can see many young people die before many old people die. And also we can't say people are healthy, that's why such people will not die soon. It is also not true, because some people who are very sick, who are in bed for years and years and cannot walk, they are in bed and they are sick for years. Before they die, there are people who are very fit and healthy, they die suddenly. Sometimes due to sicknesses, due to hidden sicknesses, or sometimes due to external conditions. So, young and healthy are not the right reason to prove that such people will not die soon, as we can see and experience. So in the teaching it says, whether tomorrow or next life, which will come first, is uncertain. So therefore, it says, therefore we should put effort for our next life rather than tomorrow, rather than put effort just for tomorrow. So life is very impermanent. As I said, it is certain that we will die, but it is not certain when we will die. And at the time of death, no matter how much wealth you have, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many supporters you have, these will not help you at the time of death. You can't divert the death by using your fame, power, wealth, or showing your many supporters. So at the time of death, these mundane things will not going to help you. And also, when a dying person is surrounded by close family members and friends and relatives, although they can surround the dying person, but they cannot help the dying person. They cannot help the dying person to prolong his or her life. Not only that, they cannot reduce the pain at the time of the death, or they cannot reduce the suffering of the death. Although that person is surrounded by many close ones, but they cannot share the pains and sufferings that are experienced by this dying person. So the close ones cannot help to reduce the pains or suffering. Instead, the close ones can cause more suffering and more pain, more mental pain to the dying person, because when the close ones show their emotions in front of the dying person, like crying, wailing, or sadness, etc., due to these emotions, the dying person will feel more sad, more pain, more suffering in his or her mind. So at the time of death, mundane things will not help. At the time of death, it is important not to have attachment, not to have attachment to this life, not to have attachment to the close ones, not to have attachment to your belongings, to your supporters, etc. If you have a strong attachment at the time of death, then it will obstruct you to depart. Whether you have attachment or not, you need to depart. The mind needs to separate from the body. There is no other choice. So, when your mind is separated from the body, it's far better to have no attachment, and then it is smoother and better, and it will have a better result in the next life. For example, if the bird's leg is tied by a stone, then it will obstruct the bird to fly freely in the sky. Similarly, having attachment to your close ones or to your properties or any of the mundane things, then it will obstruct you to go freely to your next life. Not only it will obstruct you to go freely, but also it will cause more suffering, because having attachment at the time of death is a negative thought, and negative thought will always cause more and more sufferings. So, therefore, it is important not to have attachment. And at the time of death, it is important to be peaceful, to have a peaceful mind, to have a calm mind. And as a Buddhist, then we should supplicate to our Guru and Triple Gem at the time of death. It is said the thought that we have at the time of death is very important. Even though you are a decent practitioner, but at the time of death, if you die while you have anger, then due to that, it may spoil your practice, your whole life's practice, etc. And even though you are not so decent practitioner, but at the time of death, you abstain from all the negative thoughts, and then you just have a positive thought, like praying or supplicating to Guru and deities and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and do certain practice at the time of death. Then while doing this, if you die, then it is a good sign, because due to that, that person will have better results in their next life. So it is very important to have a positive thought at the time of death. And even if you have attachment, it will not help. Even if you have a strong attachment to your family members or close ones, or to your property, it won't help, because even though you have a strong attachment, you don't have the power to bring these properties or to bring your family and friends in your next life. You have to leave all this behind. Not only you have to leave your properties and friends and family members, but even you have to leave your own dear body, which has been associating with your mind from birth until you die. The body, the physical body, will be disposed by burying it, or by throwing the water, or by cremating it, etc. But you can't dispose your mind as you have disposed your physical body. So this physical body can be disposed, but you can't dispose your mind. The mind will continue, although the mind itself is impermanent, it changes momentarily, but the continuity of the mind will continue from this life to next life. For example, when we are young and we have mind, and then when we become old, we still have this mind. But this mind is not the same as the mind that we have when we are very young. But it has same continuation. But actual mind changes momentarily. But due to this continuity of the mind, we can remember what we have done when we were young. It doesn't mean this is the same mind that we have when we were young. It means, although the actual mind changes momentarily, but we have the same continuity. Because of that, we can remember what we have done when we were young, or what we have done 1 year ago. So, die or death means separation of the body and the mind. When our mind has been separated from the body, then it means person has been died. Then this mind will continue. This mind will go to an unknown destination depending on your karma, depending on your action. Our action will be the main cause where we are going to take rebirth in our next life. So, at the time of death, as a Buddhist, or from Buddhist point of view, we can say, at the time of death, the sole protector, refuge, is our practice, our Dharma practice, or positive thought. Then, when person dies, then they will go to the Bardo state. Bardo state means a state which is between the death and birth. When people die, they have to go in the state of Bardo. Generally speaking, every being, when they die, they go to the Bardo state. And when they are in the Bardo, or intermediate state, there they will have a physical body, but this physical body that they have is not tangible, not as our present human body. The body of the Bardo being is in the nature of light, or like a rainbow. Although it has all the faculties of the body, but it is not tangible. It is in the nature of light. In the nature of light, so we can't see them. However, these Bardo beings can see us. They can come to our place and they can see us. But we can't see them. So it is important for the close family members who are dealing with dead person's property or belongings. If we use the dead person's belongings in a proper way, then this Bardo being will be happy. And if we use his belongings in the wrong way, then Bardo being will know, that person will know how these relatives or close family members are using his or her belongings. Not only Bardo beings can see us and see how people are using his or her belongings, but also Bardo beings have clairvoyance. Although Bardo being is not present there in the nature of light, but they have clairvoyance. And due to their clairvoyance is contaminated clairvoyance, but they know what their relatives are doing and how these masters or sanghas are doing prayers for the Bardo being, for the dead person. So if we do good things or if we perform proper rituals for them, then it will benefit them. If you don't do proper ritual and if the close family members use the belongings in an improper way, then Bardo being will know and Bardo being will be sad and Bardo being will get angry, and due to that, instead of helping the Bardo being, it will cause more suffering for that person to experience. Since Bardo being is in the nature of light, so Bardo being can go anywhere at any time. Just by having a wish to go there, the Bardo being will reach there. Although it's thousands of miles away, but Bardo being has the power to go there, or power to reach there, just by having the thought to go there. And Bardo being's body is in the nature of light, so solid things such as walls or mountains cannot obstruct the Bardo being. Bardo being can go through the walls, go through the mountains, rocky mountains, or through the irons, through the woods, through the forest, or through the tree, etc. And also, Bardo being will not sink in the water or not fall down in the cliffs or wells. As I said before, Bardo beings can see their close family members and relatives. So, Bardo being will go there in front of their family members and friends, and Bardo beings will speak to them. But we, as an ordinary human being, will not hear Bardo's talk, Bardo beings talking. So we don't understand or we don't notice that Bardo being is talking to them or talking to us. So, since the relatives will not know that Bardo being is talking to them, so therefore the relatives or close family members will close family members will not give an answer to the Bardo being. And also, Bardo being will not experience the sunrise and moonrise, etc. And since Bardo being is in the Bardo being's body is in the nature of light, so therefore Bardo being will not have shadow. Their body will not have shadow, and wherever the steps, wherever their foot is stepping on it, it will not have a trace because it's in the nature of light. So, Bardo being has uncertainty of place, it goes everywhere, anywhere, and it has uncertainty of attitude, uncertainty of food, uncertainty of friends, uncertainty of object of mind, etc. And it is said, Bardo being's mind is 7 times clearer than the ordinary human mind. So, if we can practice at the time of Bardo, then that practice will be more clearer and better. So, to practice in the Bardo, we must need to train from now onwards. How to train is that at present we should think that now we are in a Bardo, and especially when there is a sudden sound, especially when there is a sudden sound, or especially when we are excited or shocked, at that time we need to remember our Guru, our teaching, etc. as a Bardo being. Then it will help us to remember our Guru, to remember the teaching or practice in the state of Bardo. And if we can do practice in the Bardo state, then it will be more meritorious, more beneficial, and it will be more helpful. So, it is important to know that there is a Bardo, and also it is important to know that Bardo beings are clever, or Bardo beings have clairvoyance. As a Buddhist, from Buddhist perspective, when people die, we should not feel sad. We should not show our emotion. If we show our emotion, like crying, wailing, feeling sad, etc., then our emotions that we show can see by these Bardo beings, and Bardo beings will know that we experience sadness, suffering due to the departure of our dear ones, who is now in the Bardo state. So Bardo being will know. In the beginning, the Bardo being will not know that he or she is died. Bardo being will go to their own home and try to sit and try to take food from their own kitchen, etc. Although they can sit in the dining table, but no one will give them food. No one will notice that this person is here in their home. Then the Bardo being will realize, oh, now I've died. I'm no longer in their family. So, Bardo being can see us, Bardo being can understand what we are doing for the dying person. So if we feel sad and experience more suffering due to the departure of the being, then Bardo being will feel more sad because people are showing emotion, people are experiencing suffering due to the departure. So, as a being who are left behind, they should not worry. Worry will not bring that person alive. Worrying and feeling sadness will not bring the dead person alive. It can only cause more suffering to the Bardo being or that person. So, instead of worrying, instead of feeling emotions, we should do good things. We should do more virtue, accumulate more merit, and dedicate himself or herself along with all the sentient beings to attain Buddhahood. So by doing this, then not only we can accumulate merit, but also it will help the Bardo being. So to do a proper dedication, we should not dedicate our merits only for that being. If you dedicate for one person alone, then it is not a Mahayana practice. Mahayana practice means a practice that is done not for one person, a practice that is done for all the sentient beings without any exception. So therefore, it is not right to dedicate our merits just for one dead person. So we can dedicate our merits for that person along with all the beings to attain Buddhahood. Then our dedication becomes a proper dedication. If we are not good practitioner, then when we are in Bardo, we feel very scared, because in the Bardo we hear fearful sounds. Like sound of collapsing the solid mountain or earthquake, and also sound of great waves or like a tsunami, and not only we are sink in this water, but also we feel that we are carried away by this water. And when we hear the sound of collapsing the mountain, not only we hear this sound, but also we feel, or the Bardo being will feel, that they are sink in this ground, in the ground, in the earth, and also feel like they are suppressed by the earth. So these are the first two elements, earth and water. And also, they will hear the sound of burning fire of the furnace. and blazing fire, sound of blazing fire, and also experience or feel like their body has been scorched by fire. And also they will hear the sound of air, like not gentle breeze, but like sound of tornado or hurricanes, very strong winds. And not only they can hear such sound, but also they feel like they are thrown away by the strong winds. So these four sounds of the elements are called the four fearful sounds that they will hear when they are in the Bardo state. And also they feel like they are falling down in the cliffs. So if you are not a good practitioner, then when you face these sounds, when you hear these sounds, and when you are falling down in such cliffs, then you feel more scared. You are very frightened. But if you are a good practitioner, then no matter how fearful sounds that you hear, you can still remember your Guru, you can still remember your practice, and your practice will not be disturbed by these four fearful sounds and other fearful factors. So therefore, it is very important to have a calm mind. And to have a calm mind in the state of Bardo, it is important to have a calm mind at the time of death. If you have a calm mind, or if you die while you are practicing Dharma, or while you have loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, etc., then naturally, when you are in the Bardo state, your mind will be more peaceful. And when your mind is more peaceful, then you have greater chance to practice Dharma when you are in the Bardo state. So therefore, it's very important to know the situation of the Bardo state. So it is important for all of us to do a proper practice, genuine practice, or practice with sincere thought, sincere wish, sincere motivation. No matter who you are, you have to go to the Bardo state. And when you face the situation of the Bardo state, it is important to have a strong mind, a mind that is sealed by your practice. So if your mind is prepared, if your mind is sealed with your practice, then in the Bardo state, your tranquility or your peaceful mind will not be disturbed, and you can do more practice and clearer practice or clearer visualization. So that is very important. So then this part of mind will go to one of the mother's womb, and it will be, this mind will be merged in between father's and mother's sperms, and then from that onward it starts the next life of that particular being. The time you are conceived in mother's womb is the time that you start your next life. So through this, we can say this is a cyclic existence, because it never ends. You have birth after birth, death after death. It will go round and round. So therefore this is called a cyclic existence. And in the Bardo also, it's important to have a good practice, especially to have a right motivation and sincere faith and devotion in your Guru, in your deity, in your Buddha in practice, etc. And that is very important to know. And also, part of being, as I said before, is a being don't have physical solid body, but it has a body that is in the nature of life, body that is not tangible, a body that is like a rainbow, a body that is something that you can't hold it by your own naked hand. So I think with this I conclude my short talk on the Bardo state, but I think at the end and if there's any questions on Bardo, I will try to answer it.
Rinpoche, can you tell us something about the power of the negative Bardo being, how they cause suffering to worldly beings? So the negative, there's harmful spirits, and how they have the power to cause disruption, and how we can protect ourselves.
What is that?
They have certain powers sometimes, the Bardo being, where they can disrupt the lives of normal worldly beings who do have physical bodies. How do they have this power? And how can we protect ourselves from that?
As I said, if you die while you have anger, then most probably you have a strong negative thoughts in the Bardo state. So, due to these strong negative thoughts, it influences you to harm others, and sometimes they harm the being who is not your close friend or who has problem with you when you are living. So they have this also crutch. So they have this crutch. So they still remember their enemies or their hated being. So they will respond to that person through their negative powers. And they have negative powers due to their defilements. When they die, while they have anger, or due to their negative thoughts, due to their defilement thoughts, they have got this negative power. And due to this power, they can harm, especially to those who are their enemies when they are alive. And now to protect from it, or to avoid such obstacles, as a Buddhist, it is important to have a sincere faith and devotion in the Triple Gem. Although there are many other protection rituals, especially in the Vajrayana, there are protection rituals, but from the Mahayana side also, if you have a sincere faith and devotion in the Triple Gem, and also if you have a sincere enlightened mind, wishing and engaging enlightened mind, then that itself can protect you from other obstacles. Not only the obstacles from the Bardo beings, but also from any other obstacles. So, taking refuge and developing enlightened mind is important, that can protect you from any obstacles. So sometimes there are followers of the Buddha, they want a higher teaching, uncommon teaching, esoteric teaching, etc. And sometimes they disregard the fundamental teaching, which is not right. Because if we know how to practice refuge in enlightened mind in a proper way, then that practice itself becomes a profound practice. And if you try to practice very uncommon and esoteric or high teachings, but if you don't know how to practice it properly, then your practice will not become profound. So whether your practice is profound or not depends on how you practice the teaching. Generally speaking, we say 7 weeks, 49 days, 7 weeks. And after 7 weeks or 49 days, then they will have a next life. But it is very, how to say, general. There are many exceptions. So actually it depends on individuals. If they are good practitioners, then they may not need to stay there for 7 weeks. Before 7 weeks, they can go to their next life. And if they have lots of negative thoughts and actions, and their propensities, then that being can live in the Bardo for years and years. So it depends individually. But normally we say 7 weeks.
Thank you.
So therefore, in our culture, when people die, we do purification rituals for 7 weeks every day. If we have time and if we have means to do, then we do for 7 weeks every day.